Welcome to the upper frequency line. This is a recording of a live connection session with Eva and Therese. Please give yourself time to sit undisturbed during the connection. Sit comfortably with closed eyes or looking softly into the distance.
What are we on, 22nd today?
Yes, Equinox.
Equinox.
You've had a low day?
Yep. To say the least.
Let's see what the field is like. And it's going to be interesting to see how you perceive the field after having had a very low day.
I feel a contraction around my spine straight away.
Okay.
But the front, I can feel the expansion and the wide open, the beautiful field. So I think it's just me just
You can
letting go. Yeah, definitely feeling that the field is just something that's still just holding on at the spine, but could probably let go.
Mm-hmm.
And I can feel my heart connecting now as well. Heart down. Closed off.
For me, it's from the beginning, it's quite, the field feels quite welcoming and supporting, embracing.
Yeah. So nice to get this feeling after being so low.
How does it change you? How does it change your outlook?
It's completely different. Like it just changes everything. It changing my whole body structure. Like it's changing. Like I'm just soft and gentle and just easygoing and going with the flow instead of being tense and everything is hopeless or we can't get through this and can't do this, and it's difference between night and day.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to get when you get deep down enough. It's very hard to get past that by yourself.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't think of connecting with the line?
Oh yeah, I did, but I didn't want to. Like I'd gotten too low down that I really didn't want to. It was just all too hopeless.
Mm.
I could feel it, and I could think it that that's what I need to do to feel better. But it happened.
So, what was standing in your way?
I don't know, the poor outlook. I just didn't want to.
Yeah, the thing that made you not want to connect.
There was nothing in the way. It just fell into being the victim. Felt sorry for myself.
Mhm. Can you imagine that you're back there,
Yep.
down low?
Yep.
Let's have a look at your solar system. So if you're standing on Pluto or just behind above Pluto so that you can see all the planets in a row in front of you and the sun at the far end.
They're all laying down. They're all flat on the ground.
Okay. And what happens if you are at that time and you stand there and you look at the sun?
One by one, they go back up again in a line.
Oh, nice. So this is your midline.
Yeah.
Magnetically coming back together.
Yep. Just completely lost it.
Mm-hmm. It's a very, very good practical thing one can do if you feel out of sorts, lost connection. And if you stand on Pluto or just behind Pluto and look at the sun and you feel all the planets, sometimes they're scattered to the sides. They might be one or two might be really out. Or like you for now, they're all like flat on the ground. But just by looking at the sun will allow you the midline to spring back together again. And once they have, you can then actually extend that view to also the galactic central sun. So line all of them and the sun and the galactic central sun up. So you just extend your target from the sun to the galactic central sun. What happens then?
Expansion. There's a different connection.
Yeah. And how do you feel?
So much lighter and much more joyous and much more life.
Mm-hmm. Magic is back.
Yeah. I'm tired, so I'm like not jumping up and down, but I can feel it internally and mentally.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Physical body is really tired.
And the physical body also gets very tired from having been so down.
Yeah,
Apart from whatever it is you've done that is, physical work or something. But
yeah, no, it was a very hard workout, and because I was so contracted inside, it was really hard to breathe through it. Like I was feeling how how my lungs were burning, and yeah, I know we've been in lockdown, but it surprised me how limited my breathing was, and I think that was because of that.
yeah, because day before you did a 5-kilometer run and you were surprised how good it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at the frequency line because we've got the equinox today. So,
Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see. And also, is there anything in? Sorry, what's
I think
that?
there's been an earthquake too.
Yeah, in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see if there's any energy, anything happening with the energies due to the equinox or not. I guess it doesn't have to.
My first feeling when you said the line was a Taurus. I can feel a Taurus, but it feels more like a tornado nearly than a Taurus.
Okay.
I can, yeah, I'm not. I can feel that spinning around kind of feeling.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
I'm actually struggling to find the line. Might have to go back.
That's, oh my gosh, it's such a relief. I could have.
So if I go back to the 31st, there's the split. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up. And then we're running along the line, various things happening every day. Get to yesterday, today. Okay, so the feeling that I'm getting with today is that it's kind of spinning around. So it's probably very similar to your tornado Taurus thing. So it's actually difficult to pinpoint it because there's too much movement.
Yeah. It's like it's all up in the air kind of feeling too.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
But maybe we can just sit with it being up in there.
It's in a way it's a bit disconcerting, but at the same time, like I can still feel the height, like the level that it's at, the frequency level that it's at.
Yeah.
It's but there's no grounding. Like I can't feel the grounding.
Like somebody's stirring the pot. It doesn't make the pot like it's still a yummy pot, but it's just a bit messy in there.
I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if it will settle down and ground. Because I'm also curious to see if you would have experienced the things that you did today had it not been so up in the air and ungrounded. And that might be also why you couldn't connect to it.
Yeah.
Or didn't want to connect to it.
Yeah.
Because it's not stable.
Yeah.
Although, like behind that,
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah.
it's as stable as it was before, but it's the actual sort of today's place on the line is up in the air for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's see what happens to it.
Yeah.
We'll just hold that and see what. Oh, there we go. Something's happening.
Yeah. I kind of let myself in it. Like I kind of, it's okay to spin around. It's okay to be in there and just go with it. Go with it.
Me, the feeling of that is that it kind of plonks down on the ground. It was kind of like a spinning chamber, and now it's kind of plonked down on the ground, and all the sides have fallen open. And it's like the feeling is like of a creature that's come out that doesn't know where it is.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a lot like the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy landing in Oz and not knowing where she is. So who or what is this creature? Is that us? It doesn't feel like me.
It's, to me, it feels very necessary. It feels, it doesn't, yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable and it's a bit messy, but it feels very necessary to having to stir the pot. Like it's needed to for change.
Mm. Yeah, I'm still wondering who it is in the container that the sides plunked open for. It doesn't feel like me. Are you feeling this?
I felt the landing, and I can feel the kind of disorientated.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, it's like I am the one looking out from that place, but from here I don't recognize the person or individual or creature or whatever it is. It's like a new version.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that it is a new version of me or if it's someone from somewhere else. But let's just sit with it and see what happens. We just hold it, observe it, see. Okay. So now the creature is starting to make sense of the world, what's up and down and sides, and it's grounding.
There's such a relief in that for me, and it's very emotional.
Mm.
It's honestly like gone home to see the family. It's like if
Yeah.
the same kind of feeling if a family member had come here on a plane or something.
You don't quite recognize them to begin with
Yeah.
because they're different compared to when you saw them last.
Yeah, but I can still feel the heart connection. I can still feel that beautiful feeling.
Mm. Yeah, but it is the kind of feeling that, you know, when you do go home, it's everything is a bit out of kilter for a while.
Yeah.
Until you ground into that place.
Yeah.
And then things start to become familiar again. So it feels like the heart looks different. Got quite a metal feel to it.
It
is similar to the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz.
It feels very, very, very relatable to me.
The Tin Man?
Yeah.
Tin Heart.
It's just definitely not a stranger to me.
So does this have to do with the down you had earlier today?
I don't know if it's some extra support or something.
So what was it that the Tin Man was missing? Was he missing a heart? A Tin Man looking for a heart. A cowardly lion in need of courage, and a scarecrow searching for a brain. Yeah, so he was missing the heart. Tin Man is missing a heart. So how does that fit in for you? Yeah, okay, so I can feel that. So the Tin Man is actually the feeling of not having, of having a tin heart is fear. You might think that it would be, if you have a tin heart, it would be that you don't feel, but actually
You feel the fear.
It's fear that makes the heart tin.
Yeah. Yeah, I could feel that it was fear.
Which blocks feeling.
Yeah.
Or blocks the good feeling anyway. So what happens if we understand that when we look at the person, creature, and its tin heart?
I can feel how it's starting to soften and
yeah,
warming up, and you can see the red color coming back in it and
yeah,
coming alive.
mm-hmm. So also the view is changing becoming more familiar, and the perspective gets better. I didn't actually notice it before, but it's like everything had very stark, strange angles, sharp angles.
Yeah.
But now that's kind of disappearing, waning, and instead I can see, trees and forest, and it's taking on a more familiar view as opposed to sort of stark shapes and concrete. It's a bit like the difference living in a concrete ghetto compared to with no trees and stuff compared to living in a leafy suburb.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel now?
Like that was big work. I don't think that was just for me. I think that was a collective phase.
Well, holographically,
Yeah.
we are all one. So what happens in you happens in everyone, and what happens in everyone else happens in you.
Yeah.
And in me. All right, so now if we connect to the line, wow, now that's a line.
Yeah.
That's a proper line.
Yeah.
Not a tornado thingy. That's quite a prominent line, actually.
Yeah.
Actually got a number on it too, for some reason. Seeing the number 6.
Me too.
You do? What's the 6? What's today numerologically? I don't know how to count numerologically.
Yeah.
So number 6. It's still very bold. 6. Oh, let's have a look. I'll look up number 6.
Of all the numbers, 6. I didn't say 6 straight out because I've had so much bad talk about 6 and 66 and 666 and all that stuff. So I didn't dare to say 6, but I don't know.
Okay, well, this is interesting. So, what does life path number 6 mean? It's associated with a lot of love, affection, care, and humility. You are someone who likes to serve humanity for a more significant cause. Well, isn't that exactly what we're doing when we're connecting to the line? That's cute.
It doesn't feel like a bad number 6.
No, it's a good number.
That poor number.
This is a very, it's quite a lofty and sort of whitish 6, as well as it's bulky too, like it stands out quite a lot. Almost like something made out of rock, except more like clouds. Clouds instead of rock. It feels very good, the 6. It really connects to the heart. An affinity there. There's something to do with the 6th ray. Let's see. Devotion and abstract idealism. So I suppose that can have both a positive and a negative side, right? If you consider totalitarianism is probably also a ray of devotion and idealism. And what we are doing with is connecting to the line and holding that for humanity. Well, that's also devotion and idealism.
Yeah. There's something shifting in me now. I don't know if it's happening everywhere, but I can feel it shifting in me. It's like it's a different me now.
Yeah. And that line feels really solid.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we have a look at the shield today?
Boom.
Yeah, very metal.
Yep. It just feels so capable.
Yeah. Which is interesting considering what you experienced today. Let's have a look and see what the shield was like when you experienced the first sort of blow earlier today.
I'm wondering if I can feel that there, and I'm wondering if, because I'm assuming it did something to his shield, because he had a shield. We checked him before, and I'm wondering if it did something to his shield, and that way it affected my shield. But but when I feel to the field in the now, I can't see that happening because it feels so solid and so capable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how that happened earlier.
Well, sometimes maybe things happen in order for us to learn something.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I can feel the shield there.
Yes, I can feel it too.
But then again, it might have been different if we hadn't done the work that we've done now, because that changes the past.
I'll go back to now because that's much nicer.
Yeah, and it's very nice. Tin Man has a red heart, a living heart. As
I think I'm gonna ask Tinman to be my sidekick.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it feels like all is right in the world again.
Yeah.
So if we then have a look at Equinox. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so that's a bit like April Fool's Day. Wow. It's like the gesture of the long nose like this, like when you've been fooled. So it feels like a tricking kind of energy. Topsy-turvy, upside down and inside out.
That's why I got pulled in.
Yeah. That's very interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. But then I haven't really felt into the energies on Equinox like this before anyway. But
No.
But it does feel like Trickster energy.
But now I have come through it.
Yeah.
I can laugh at it and like enjoy it and kind of enjoy the joke, but
yeah, not so much fun when you're in it.
no.
So what did you learn from that?
I don't know. I'm having the feeling of that I'm a little bit worried about myself for becoming not caring enough, because it's so hard every time, and that I'm worried that I'm not gonna give a rat's anymore. I don't want to become that person, but at the same time it's extremely hard to just get hit. It hurts so much every single time. And today I've been like, I don't want to walk against the grain. Can I just not know what I know, and I just be a regular person, I don't want to say it, but just follow the narrative.
And how do you feel now?
That's obviously not it's not an option. That's not an option now. But I have my moments like that when I just want to.
You had several hits today too, didn't you? It was more than one.
Yeah.
What, three hits?
Yeah.
2.
And I think it hit me because like it hurts, and you kind of try to protect that. You protect yourself then even more from the hurt, and then it's easy to it's easy that I shut myself off. And then when the next hit comes, it just goes.
Yeah.
It's okay. Get through it.
Yeah. So what did you learn today? Well, what I can see is that you need to get perspective.
Yeah. It takes me too long. I get perspective, but it takes too long.
Mm-hmm.
It takes hours. It takes too long. I need to be open to it and get it.
Okay, but if you had thought of going into the solar system.
Yeah. I that's what I should have done during the first bit.
Like a magnetic thing, really. Yeah, sometimes it can be difficult depending on what's happened. And if your body is seriously out, it might be helpful to do it with someone, but so that someone else is helping to hold the space. But it's still probably one of the best practices I know for getting your midline back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get angry too. I'm like, you tell me the details, so if anything happens, I can go after them. You know, I get really protective and angry too. But that just shows that I do have feelings.
Yeah. And I don't think you'd be happy to be a tin man without a heart for any length of time.
I can have Tin Man next to me, and we can support each other.
Yep, Tin Man can remind you.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to pick up the lion as well for courage.
Yeah, when it's ready to come.
For courage to walk through the fire.
Yeah.
Well, I can feel the lion there.
Yeah.
Lion's found its heart. It's courage, which resides where? In the heart.
I can hear the purring.
The purring lion. Yes. Shall we have a look at if anything has changed with the planet, with the equinox energy?
Yeah.
To me, it feels like a very hushed feeling all over the world, like it's kind of waiting in silence for something. Like it's waiting for something.
A lion needs to roar. Everyone is listening, waiting for the lion to roar.
It's definitely a sense of suspension of anticipation.
Yep.
But is that the planet or is it humanity? I think it's more humanity theory as opposed to the planet itself.
Yeah, I think so.
The planet itself feels a bit, I don't know what to say, impregnated. Like it's got a big belly.
I think it did the last time too. We checked in on it. Am I remember that correctly?
When? Yesterday?
No, it's a while back.
Yeah, it very much feels like a pregnant belly.
Mm. What's it gonna birth? A second, a new Earth.
That is very interesting, yes. Okay. Well, I'm kind of happy with that.
So am I. Thank you very much. That's so much better.
Yeah. You're gonna take your Tin Man to bed now.
Mm-hmm.
Heartful Tin Man.
Mm-hmm. I keep reminding him and draw a heart on the front of his chest all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.